Hello, Cecilia.
Hello, Anna. So nice to be here again.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. And I have a specific question for you today.
Uh-huh.
So, today I'm going to ask you about empathic communication in companies.
Uh-huh. Wonderful. Yes,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
So,
Yeah.
how do you work with teams in a company?
Okay. So the first thing that I scan when I come in a company is the atmosphere, is the climate of the whole, even the building, before I come in, the setup of the rooms, the light fall, the airflow, and the people energies. So that goes pretty quick. And that is one thing that I help the people who work there to become aware of where they work.
Wow, that's beautiful. I think not every person is aware about the climate and the energy
No,
in the space where they work.
right, because you take it for granted. You just go there, you go for your work. You don't go for the place where you are. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And so, how do you proceed then?
So either they've hired me and I come in and I set up the room where they want to come in, or there is a specific situation between two people that I am asked for, or it is online, or either way, I can do it. And the main thing is how long is the workshop? What is the issue? What am I asked for? And if it is like to really support people in their communication, then yeah, I scan everybody who comes in the room in the sense of what is their level of energy, what is their own personal climate that they bring in. Yeah. And
Mm.
I always tell them, you are so powerful. When you come in, and I often, or I sometimes have the people go out and come back in, you can change this climate here. How can you do it? And then I let them play with that and see how they can do it with their attitude, their energy, and then they become aware of that. Mhm.
Wow. So it's actually empowering them and opening them to a new perspective, possibly as well.
Yes, and that counts for every worker, whether you are an employee or the boss. It's the manager. Each of us have really empowered skills to do it, to really on purposely change the climate.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And do you work separately with employees and with employers? Or do you work together? Or how do you work with them?
I do both. If I work with the bosses as well as the employees, mostly it is about more communication in between. How does it flow? Where does it stop? But mostly they give me to a certain team that has to collaborate really closely, and that's also why I call it collaborative team, like have a team that really can collaborate, or with some higher up bosses who come together and say, well, we would want to, see how we could improve and what we could do from our side.
Mm.
It's
So you offer a variety of different training from bosses or employees.
Yeah.
And I know you told me before that you have a lot of experience working with companies. Would you like to tell us more about your past experiences? Where did you work?
Sure, sure. Whether it was an IT company or a company that had daycare workers or teachers or coaches, groups of coaches that felt like something is not going well here, even though they are themselves coaches, they know a lot of these things already. we all need support from the outside, a fresh look from the outside inside. And especially if we work together already a long time, then things may water and may not go so smooth anymore, because you are not there. You, like I said, take it for granted.
Yeah, and it's super important to have someone to supervise you or to look at your climate from the outside, as you said. Even if you are a coach or even if you are a therapist, you need a supervision or you need another coach to help you.
Right. It's so important, this outside support for anybody. Yeah.
Yeah. So working in companies and teaching them empathic communication and collaboration. What did you learn from doing this?
What did I learn from doing that is that, first of all, to see that everybody does their best, and that I really have to have that mindset. I cannot go in with pre-set up information that I may have gotten about, oh, well, they cannot get along and could you do something there? I have to be open to each person, and that is the biggest learning for myself, to be I call it there the equality of possibilities. You know, you have options, everybody has equal options, whatever position you are, whether you are in the receptionist area or you are already the manager who rules this area.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, every position is important.
Yeah.
Because they all work together as a team, so everyone needs to do their work. Otherwise, something is missing, isn't it?
Sure. And yes, everybody has their qualities, and mostly bosses are aimed for that, and see that they have to have different qualities in the company. They know that, but they don't know that, or they don't maybe not work on the aspect that everybody is a human being with the same human possibilities, and to use that to really help a person support that they can really set this climate, and even if they have a bad day or they just had a bad phone call, you know, they may feel not so bad. So how can the co-worker help them, or even, you know, do they swallow it up, or can they vent it? Is this a climate where you can be open without complaining? And that is another thing that I really always like to zoom into. Like, where is the level of complaining and standing up for yourself? What is the difference? And how does it look like? How does it feel like? What can you do?
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's super important.
Because mostly complaining becomes talk at the water cooler, you know, or bad mouthing, or sighing or gossiping. To avoid that is to have more an open situation, without that you have to discuss everything, you know, because that is what bosses mostly are afraid of. Like, I cannot listen to anybody's emotion. That's their own personal stuff, right? Well, in this case, it may translate into money, right? So does it talk to you now?
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. So how does it listening to your employees translate in money?
They're doing their best. They're doing their best for you because they were heard. And if a person is not heard and they have to mutter things up, and they slack and they say, so what? And, you know, oh, they want that. They don't give their best. And that will translate in that things get done, orders come in, people are happy campers. So yeah, that translates there. And now there's another area that I also always want to address, and that is the difference between the situation here in the office or wherever it is and home. How can you leave the things from home there, and when you back home, leave the things from the office there, right?
That's pretty difficult. Yeah.
It is. And you want to share things that are important, like how are you feeling, for example? That's a main question that I always ask. Why is it important to word it? Means if you don't word it, you still feel it. But if you word it, you can review it and you can say, okay, yeah, I had a bad situation on the road, even, you know, on my work, and I just cannot get it out of my head. Okay, how does it feel? Where do you feel it? All right, is it okay now? And now, yes, I'm fine now, thanks. And going, and you are totally there. Otherwise, you are maybe for a whole hour thinking about that thing, and that translate in making mistakes in your work or anything. Yeah.
All right. So you teach people to vocalize their emotions, and as well co-workers to listen and support each other and work as a team.
Yes, and really realizing how beneficial it is to have an open situation in that sense. Yeah.
All right.
Because many bosses are, you know, they come in and they think I have to zoom past that, you know, even say good morning and then go, right? Can you be just here and say good morning and then go, right? That is all the difference. That is so much. To be scared that employee is gonna grab you and you are not in charge anymore, and that's especially for the leaders. You will be stronger if you can be an, as I call it, an empathic boss. Yeah, a leader that leads your crew
That's super important. They're going to be stronger, more powerful, and they're going to have more money, the bigger revenue.
There you go.
Are going to do their best, which is super, super important for every leader.
Yeah.
So empathic leaders have advantage, definitely. Yeah. And from your past experiences working with all these leaders and employees, what was in their feedback that they really learned from you?
To have more time, to feel more appreciated, to now you know, go with a happy mood to the office. And even in the time that we were also so much working online, not resisting that, you know, just I go to work, to have that positive attitude. And I got that back a lot. And also like resolving situations after they've worked with me, how to resolve it. I give them 7 steps in how to resolve through conflicts, and now they're by themselves. And that,
so you give them exactly steps, you go with them, you teach them. Oh, that's amazing. And the feedback from leaders, empathic communicators, bosses.
Lately one boss said, Celia, you changed lives. So that was a beautiful one. Yeah. So understanding that a leader can really say that that's about living. It's not about you saved my company. You saved lives. And yeah, that's a great more.
Oh, that's bigger than just saving a company.
Right.
So you say You save the company, you save the revenue, but then you actually saved lives,
Yeah.
which is above
Yeah.
the company and all this.
The other thing is then also that a company that want to work with me is indeed a company that is after that changing of the game of the bossing over, right? They don't want that anymore because it doesn't help us to move forward as a human being. So I am especially aiming for those companies that say, what else can I do? What else is there than telling someone what to do and waiting till they have done it? Where is the collaboration? Where can we be a team? Yeah.
All right. And where can companies find you?
Empathic.world is the website, and you can ask for information. You can find there the website collaborative team or nobossing.com. So either way you will get information from.
Wow, that's so beautiful. So much knowledge and so much past experiences that you already have. That's really beautiful. So just the last thing is, do you enjoy
Oh,
teaching people empathic communication?
oh, I love it. I love it. And also because I do a lot of playful things. So it's not just only on the board and information. It is we do it. We actually do it. And I role play. I can role play your boss or I can play your employee. And you just can test out on me. So yeah,
Oh,
I love
yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it's
And you have a background from theater,
yeah.
don't you?
Yes, I always was into being playful, finding joy, especially really being after that, finishing up with joy. How hard the situation was, we will laugh, have laughter, one way or another.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Enroll me.
Wonderful,
Oh,
thank you.
yeah, and
Yeah,
that's great. Cool. So thank you so much for today
you're
and have a beautiful, beautiful day.
thank you so much, Anna, for having me.
Bye.
Bye.